I have the privilege of working with so many wonderful people who are looking to figure out what's in their best interest vis-a-vis the security and the perpetuation of their business. And they are highly motivated, but oftentimes they don't get the results that they're so hopeful of achieving. And there tends to be a series of reasons as to why good people with good businesses can't get the deals done. There are very real roadblocks that I see in the course of working with so many people. And what I wanted to do is share with you some of these roadblocks so that you can do your best to avoid them. The first roadblock is that the expectations are misplaced, that those people who are beginning a conversation are coming to the table with expectations that are unreasonable and unlikely to be attained. And those expectations can relate to practical day-to-day issues, and they can relate to valuation issues. So that if we have people who are not being well-versed in the realities of the marketplace, that creates the likelihood of failure. The next thing that I see quite frequently is that there's truly no consensus on actually completing a transaction. There's high curiosity, but there's no consensus. And it really doesn't matter which side of the table that consensus problem exists on. There must be consensus on both sides of the table. The buyer and the ownership group must be very committed to moving forward, to actually doing a transaction, and to be focused on doing a transaction with the kinds of firms that they're thinking they're going to explore doing a transaction with. And the same thing holds true for the potential sellers. Do they have consensus? Do they really align around the critical issues that are going to come up as they deal with their negotiations, as they deal with focusing on a true transition, true change? Do they have consensus about being ready to do that? The other area that's becoming extremely relevant is the aspect of fit. Smaller firms are looking to find resources, all kinds of resources. And the question is, what is the right fit? And today, there's a high level of distraction because not only do smaller firms feel that they could have conversation with larger firms, many of them have been led to believe that they can have conversations with private equity firms and non-traditional purchasers of practices. The fact of the matter is that the private equity world is getting its feet wet as it relates specifically to smaller firms, firms that are less than $5 million in volume. And as a result, there may not be a current fit. There could be a current need, but not a current fit. So the parties need to be comfortable in understanding what would be the proper audiences. Who are the right people to have your conversations with? The next thing that really can put a dagger in what would be a really wonderful transaction is the lack of discipline. People become distracted. Every day something is going to come up, but there needs to be a discipline and commitment to the importance of the transaction. And to the extent that people wander, to the extent that people do not have an accountability process within their team, there is going to be a big disappointment because time does not make transactions better. It is not like wine that gets better with age. Actually, time has a way of corrupting transactions. And finally, deals often are problematic when there isn't the right team supporting the players at the table. It's important to rely on professionals who have experience and expertise, not only in M&A, but in M&A as it relates to the CPA world. These are the common roadblocks that you need to know about, and you need to be sure that you don't confront.